Hello and welcome to today's crypto video, and in today's video I'll be talking about the chaos that took place today in the crypto community with Ethereum because it caused a lot of panic due to a possible Ethereum fork, and exchanges have disabled withdrawals. Of course, there was a double spending issue there for a while. I'm not sure if it's still going on at the moment, and that is basically due to one of the providers, infrastructure providers for Ethereum called Infura, having an older version of the node that they're running on Ethereum. So because of that, people could actually take advantage of sending two transactions to two different wallets. So for example, if you are sending your transaction to a wallet which is using the Infura node, which was not upgraded, then it wouldn't actually be seen by the newer nodes on other exchanges. So that means that you could send your Ethereum twice pretty much. So of course you could take advantage of that, and some people probably did. But of course they caused a lot of chaos. CZ, Vitalik, all the Ethereum Foundation devs, the crypto community in general, everyone was going wild on Twitter talking about Ethereum. If you search for the term Ethereum and Infura today, you'll find a lot of tweets. I'm not actually going to cover these because there's not much point in today's video, but I mean, we could have a quick read of this article before we'll take a look at the crypto prices of some of my favorite tokens. And before we do that, my name is Claudio and this is CryptoChain, the channel where I do crypto news, reviews, tutorials and interviews. So if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, or dislike if you don't, and leave me a comment below letting me know what you think of the video. But again, Ethereum's infrastructure provider Infura is currently facing a service outage, causing a delay in price feeds of Ethereum and ERC20 tokens of some services. So of course they're trying to restore them as soon as possible. Exchanges have disabled withdrawals, as we can see here. Also, Ethereum's favorite wallet, or I should say popular wallet, MetaMask, is also having difficulties since Infura is its default service provider. Both MetaMask and Infura are owned by Ethereum development studio Consensus. Binance's CEO CZ said the exchange is investigating a possible Ethereum chain split. Well, this is actually wrong because apparently it didn't happen. But Nikita Zaranov, the lead developer at Blockchain, explained at the issue in a Twitter thread. He said that Ethereum developers introduced a change in the code that led to a chain split starting from block. Those service providers who didn't upgrade their nodes, such as Infura and Blockchain, got stuck on a minority chain. So actually a chain split did take place, but you know, it can be ignored. It's not something major. It's not that you got some extra tokens or anything like that, or coins, right? Don't think of it this way. It's not that kind of fork. But basically it was an unannounced hard fork, something similar which happened to Bitcoin 7 years ago when there was a database upgrade. The fix upgrade get and run debug set head, which is basically some kind of function. A get is a tool that is used for running a full Ethereum node. So Peter Zelagi, the team lead at the Ethereum Foundation, acknowledged the issue was technically an unannounced hard fork from a bot chain to the good one. That said, silently fixing a bug dormant for 2+ years has a much lower chance of causing a disruption than raising awareness to it. We strive to minimize potential damage, said Zelagi. And yeah, I mean, basically they're still continuing to assess the root cause of the outage. So that's something that's still being looked at the moment. And this is another interesting post here. So Infura said that the root cause was traced to several components within its infrastructure which were locked to an older, stable version of the Go Ethereum client that encountered a critical consensus bug at block 112348873. So this affected several Geth versions, including 19.9 and 19.1.3 components running 1.9.19 and later were unaffected. So a full post-mortem will be completed and shared after the incident is resolved, said Infura. So of course they're still looking at that at the moment. But yeah, I mean, because of this double spending issue, I mean, there was a lot of panic. People are worried that the price is gonna dump. But apparently it didn't happen, right? The Ethereum is still very strong. So talking about prices, let's take a look at that. So we can see here Ethereum is trading at 469 bucks, not having any problems whatsoever, still up 15.8% in the last 7 days. Bitcoin's wants to touch 16k again. I think it already did on some exchanges, so bullish as ever, regardless of the elections and all that. So Polkadot's 450. Polkadot's still struggling a bit to break higher. I mean, compared to its all-time high of 680 or something like that, I think it was. It's still got a long way to go, and I think it's not gonna happen until they either list on Coinbase or the Parachain auctions begin likely at the beginning of 2021, assuming everything is okay technically speaking and there won't be any bugs, because as you know, with anything related to code there can be bugs and that could cause problems. The first one I want to look at today is actually Kusama here. So this is the first coin, and Kusama is very important right now. All eyes are on Kusama from the Polkadot ecosystem because they're just around the corner from launching their parachain auctions. So as you know, Kusama is a testnet for Polkadot, but aside from a testnet, it's also an independent network now. It was thought of only as a testnet where all the changes that go to Polkadot first go to Kusama, or that are planned to go to Polkadot first go to Kusama. But now they are building as an independent network, so there are projects that are independently building solely on Kusama and will never go to Polkadot, simply because they find it cheaper, they find it more convenient, things are going okay for them, they don't need to go to Polkadot. So yeah, I mean, the first parachain offerings are gonna start this year, that's the aim. It's probably around the corner, it might even happen this month, to be honest. It could be in a week, it could be less, it could just be tomorrow, right, for all we know. Because there is a technical educator here who's posted on Twitter. I don't actually follow this guy, but somebody in my community told me about him, and he basically posted this 3 hours ago, so he must have some insider information. Are you ready? So he posted the photo of the parachute here, the emoji, and the link symbol, so of course parachains. And this guy is a fan of the Kusama network and also Polkadot and Ethereum dev. So yeah, I mean, all eyes are on Kusama at the moment. The important price target here is $38. If that gets broken, then we could see 48, like close to the $50 region, and perhaps that could be broken quite easily too once the parachain auctions start. Because if you haven't already watched my video on explaining what parachain auctions are, you'll understand. You really need to watch it because that'll help you understand how important these parachain auctions are for Kusama and for Polkadot when they launch them. Because all these projects that actually want to take part in these parachain offerings are basically having to lock their Kusama for up to 2 years, and then if they want to continue on after 2 years, they need to lock them again. So just that in itself, you know, think of it, how much supply is coming out of circulation, right? And aside from that, you as a holder of Kusama, or maybe as a person that wants to take part in this parachain offering, which you could think of as an ICO in a way, an initial coin offering, except you lock your Kusama for up to 2 years too, to vote for these specific projects to be able to bond their parachain onto Kusama. So imagine if you're locking it, then you're taking it out of circulation, and instead you're getting paid a specific token in batches, right? You're not actually gonna get, it's gonna be a lock drop method, because I've recently discovered this when I was reading the article about Karura, which are part of the Akala network, is that when you actually help a parachain to bond, you will be rewarded in that specific token, depending on which parachain auction you're taking part of. Let's say Karura, you will get the KAO tokens, but you're not gonna get them all at once, so they're gonna be spread out, like they're going to be dropped to you in batches, and we don't know what the emission schedule is going to be, how that's going to work out, but likely it's going to be in a way that's going to prevent dumping from happening, like we've seen with Staffy. Staffy was very smartly done with the ticker symbol FIS. Again, I have done a dedicated video on that with the staking drop, but it just shows you, right? Because of course the price is going to drop if there isn't enough interest over time as people get their tokens and they start dumping, but it could have good potential at the beginning, considering that it only has 100 million total supply. So all eyes are on Karura. I'm looking forward to it as well, so we'll have to see how it performs. Aside from that, let's talk a little bit about Keeper, because I've been following Keeper quite a lot recently from the project from Andre Cronje. Again, the price has been absolutely, it has plummeted, right? I mean, considering it was $300 not too long ago, even 380 has plummeted a lot. It actually went to 103, I believe, on Binance. So yesterday, and it already picked back up today. So today was basically quite stable around the $120 area. It dipped a little bit to like 117, 118, but mostly 120. And now it managed to push back up. It actually touched 132 on Binance. And now it's holding quite stable at 130.77 on average here across Uniswap and Binance. So I mean, we're not getting too many news here. It's just Andre posting tweets about the development, technical development of the project, and as soon as Andre posts a tweet, then the price pumps. This was actually from yesterday. He hasn't actually posted any tweets today, so we'll have to see if it does one today or tomorrow. Likely tomorrow we might get something, because he's also been posting about Hedgic, which is another project that he's been working on, and he's trying to integrate it with Wi-Fi. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And also let's talk about Contribute, because I've covered this. I've done a review on Contribute, which is quite a unique, it's got a unique token model and a unique ecosystem in a way, because they're trying to follow the Uniswap method, but instead of that you can pretty much use the power of an infinite supply token to have a floor price, which is really interesting, because if this price was to dump, if people are actually deciding to sell and dump it on Uniswap, then people, holders or believers in the project would simply buy from their website directly at cheaper, and then that will push the price back up, of course, on Uniswap too. They'll actually be motivated to buy on Uniswap and sell on the website, or vice versa. So it all depends how they decide to do it, or where the dumping is taking place. If the dumping is taking place on Uniswap, then of course people are going to buy on Uniswap and sell on the website to bring the price to the floor, basically. So it cannot go below a certain level, which is quite good, because that gives it some stability, but people are going to be chasing the interest, as I've been discussing in my video where I've dedicated it. But why am I actually talking about this right now? Well, I actually want to talk about an event that's coming up very soon. So let's go down here just to show you. So basically there's going to be an event which will last 10 days, in which the TRIB holders will be able to deposit their tokens into the TDAO smart contract. There'll be an option for Ethereum holders to join the event. Ethereum will be rerouted through the Contribute smart contract to acquire TRIB and participate in a click. All TRIB tokens deposited will be matched with a total supply of 5,000 TDAO and added to the Uniswap pool TDAO TRIB. 100% of the initial liquidity will be locked. So just like TRIB itself. Again, I need to open this tweet to see it, to see the whole thing here. But yeah, have a read of this, because it's really interesting. It just shows you that Contribute is basically a community-based project pretty much. And the developer, I mean, I've had people in my community talk about Contribute's contracts, and they're just very, very well coded. So it just shows you that the developer is actually trying his best, and they're not getting the marketing that they deserve. So I do wonder if there's going to be more cryptocurrency YouTubers, cryptocurrency influencers in the space that are going to be talking about Contribute to bring attention to Contribute. Again, this isn't a get rich quick type of project that you'd expect to pump like crazy, because of this 10% fee that they charge with each transaction. If you decide to buy TRIB, you pay 10% fee. If you decide to sell TRIB, you pay 10% fee, which gets basically burned. So it also burns the supply. So it's pretty cool, because the supply gets generated when you buy, but it also gets burned when you sell. So, and when you buy as well. So it's very interesting the way the whole process works. So yeah, do check out that video. I did a dedicated one, but keep an eye on TRIB, because they've got some interesting stuff coming up very soon this month. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty much it from today's video. There isn't much more to cover. There are quite a lot of projects out there that I could be talking about, but I don't want to make the video too long so that I don't bore you either. So again, let me know in the comments below which projects would you like me to talk about next. So I can do more of these type of videos, where I could have just basically checked the updates of some of the projects I've already been discussing, or maybe just do some new reviews as well from the Polkadot ecosystem. But thank you very much for watching. See you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.